Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Expensive Conus World of Coins, Collectibles. And the Virginia State Quarter, released in 2000, celebrates one of the most significant events in American colonial history, the establishment of Jamestown. In 1607, as part of the 50 State Quarters program by the United States Mint, this coin honors Virginia as the 10th state admitted to the Union on June 25, 1788. The reverse design prominently features the three ships Susan Constant, Godspeed, and Discovery, which transported the first English settlers across the Atlantic Ocean to the New World. These ships were vital not just as means of transportation, but as symbols of the pioneering spirit that led to the expansion of European settlements in North America. The quarter marks the quadricentennial 400-year anniversary of the founding of Jamestown, referenced by the inscription Jamestown 1607 to 2007. This historical reference anticipates the 400th anniversary celebration of Jamestown's founding, which took place in 2007. The reverse also includes the word quadricentennial, reinforcing the importance of this milestone in U.S. history. The central imagery of the three sailing ships is deeply symbolic. It reflects courage, ambition, and exploration, themes that resonate with the American identity and colonial heritage. Each of these ships carried settlers who braved the unknown in pursuit of opportunity, religious freedom, and economic gain, laying the groundwork for what would eventually become the United States. Above the ships, the name Virginia is inscribed along with the year 1788, commemorating the date the state ratified the U.S. Constitution. The minting year, 2000, appears at the bottom, anchoring the design in the modern era and linking past and present. Below the year, the U.S. motto E pluribus unum appears, meaning out of many, one, which symbolizes unity through diversity, a fitting complement to a design celebrating the convergence of cultures and histories in early colonial America. Symbolically, this coin reflects more than just the founding of a settlement. It represents the roots of democracy, struggle, and perseverance. It reflects the diverse makeup of those who came to Jamestown: merchants, soldiers, farmers, adventurers, and their efforts to forge a life in a new land. The coin stands as a tribute to the birth of Virginia, which would later play a crucial role in the American Revolution, the drafting of the Constitution, and the shaping of American democracy. The phrase liberty, egalite, fraternite, though French in origin and not explicitly part of the U.S. coinage, resonates symbolically with this coin's themes. It reflects universal ideals that align closely with the American ethos of freedom, equality, and community. While liberty is a core American value enshrined in the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, egalite and fraternite represent the aspirations for justice and brotherhood that also motivated settlers and patriots alike. These ideals are symbolically present in the spirit of the Virginia Quarter and the broader story of American nation-building. Moreover, the reference to Republique and Lagerfeuille seems to be a mistaken association with French coins or artwork, as these elements do not apply directly to the Virginia State Quarter. The actual design of the coin was sculpted by Edgar Z. Stever, an engraver at the U.S. Mint, and the obverse features the standard portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, which is used across all state quarters. In terms of legacy, this coin not only educates future generations about Jamestown's founding, but also promotes an appreciation for the state of Virginia's contributions to American history. The inclusion of this imagery in the widely circulated quarter ensures that millions of people are reminded daily of the pioneering spirit and foundational events that led to the birth of the nation. The Virginia Quarter serves as a miniature monument, small in size, but monumental in meaning. In conclusion, the 2000 Virginia State Quarter is more than just a piece of currency. It is a historical artifact that honors exploration, commemorates the settlement of Jamestown, celebrates the spirit of the early American colonists, and echoes the values that would come to define the United States. With its elegant design and rich symbolism, it stands as a tribute to one of the most important chapters in American history, reminding us of the courage and vision that shaped a nation from its very first colonial foothold. The next up top to the 2003 Arkansas State Quarter, part of the United States Mint's 50 State Quarters program, is a compelling piece of numismatic and historical symbolism. This quarter was released as the 25th coin in the state series, representing Arkansas, the natural state, which became the 25th state to join the Union in 1836, on its obverse. Like all other quarters in the series, the coin features the familiar profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan and originally used since 1932. Alongside Washington's portrait are the inscriptions United States of America, quarter, dollar, Liberty, in God We Trust, and the mint mark P indicating it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The reverse design, unique to the Arkansas quarter, vividly celebrates the state's natural resources, wildlife, and scenic beauty. It features a majestic mallard duck soaring over a peaceful lake, symbolizing Arkansas's abundant waterfowl and outdoor heritage. Behind the duck is a cluster of rice stalks, representing one of the state's most important crops, as Arkansas is the leading rice producer in the United States. Rising in the background is a cut diamond, specifically referencing the crater of Diamond State Park, the only diamond-bearing site in the U.S. where the public can search for real diamonds and keep what they find. Together, these symbols highlight Arkansas's rich natural heritage, its wildlife, agriculture, and rare geological treasures. The coin's reverse was designed by John Marcanti, the renowned U.S. Mint sculptor engraver. The inclusion of 1836 commemorates the year Arkansas gained statehood, and 2003 denotes the year of the coin's release. The Latin phrase e pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, anchors the design with a reminder of national unity despite the diverse characteristics each state brings to the Union. The coin was minted in large quantities at both Philadelphia and Denver, with the Philadelphia minted quarters bearing the P mint mark. Collectors often seek Arkansas quarters in uncirculated or proof condition, especially those struck in silver-proof sets. While most circulated Arkansas quarters hold only face value, pristine examples, or those with minting errors such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or die cracks can attract interest and higher prices in the numismatic market. The Arkansas quarter stands as a proud testament to the state's identity, beautifully encapsulating its fertile lands, natural beauty, and geological uniqueness. The 2003 release gave Americans not only a glimpse into Arkansas's character, but also a broader understanding of how regional distinctiveness contributes to the national story. It is more than just currency. It is a symbol of pride, legacy, and unity. The next up, top 3, the 2006 South Dakota State Quarter, part of the United States Mint's 50 State Quarters program, stands as a numismatic tribute to the 40th state admitted into the Union in 1889. This coin was released in 2006 and features a design rich with symbolism, historical pride, and regional identity, embodying the natural beauty and heritage of South Dakota. Minted with the D Mint mark at the Denver Mint, this quarter not only circulates as legal tender with a face value of 25 cents, but also serves as a cultural artifact representing a chapter in the broader story of American statehood and unity. The obverse of the coin follows the standard design introduced in 1999 for the state quarters, which features the left-facing portrait of George Washington, sculpted by artist John Flanagan and slightly modified by William Cousins. Inscriptions on the obverse include United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust, and quarter dollar, alongside the mint mark D to signify production at the Denver facility. This side of the coin reaffirms national values such as liberty and faith, while reinforcing the identity of the United States as a republic grounded in trust and unity. Turning to the reverse, South Dakota's quarter design is both iconic and visually compelling. It features a dramatic depiction of Mount Rushmore National Memorial, one of America's most recognizable landmarks, nestled in the Black Hills region of the state. The faces of Presidents George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln are carved in granite to honor the birth, growth, development, and preservation of the United States. Above Mount Rushmore, a majestic ring-necked pheasant, the state bird of South Dakota, is shown in flight. This bird symbolizes The state's strong hunting and outdoor traditions and its presence in the sky adds motion and life to the scene. Framing the lower edge of the design are wheat ears, representing South Dakota's deep agricultural roots and its economic reliance on farming and grain production. The inscription South Dakota 1889 at the top and E pluribus unum at the bottom, along with the minting year 2006, ground the coin in historical and national context. E pluribus unum, Latin for out of many, one emphasizes the unity of diverse states under one federal nation, a theme resonating deeply in the State Quarters series. Artistically, the design was created by John Mercanti, a longtime U.S. mint engraver and sculptor, who successfully captured the essence of South Dakota's pride in its natural, historical, and cultural assets. The combination of the iconic Mount Rushmore, the pheasant in flight, and the sheaves of wheat fuse three major dimensions of the state's identity: patriotism, wildlife, and agriculture. Notably, this coin stands out for being one of the few in the State Quarter series to include for U.S. presidents on its reverse, an exceptional tribute to national leadership. The 2006 South Dakota Quarter was minted in large numbers, with hundreds of millions of examples struck, making it common in circulation, but nonetheless highly desirable among collectors due to its strong symbolic value and artistic excellence. Proof and silver versions were also issued for collectors through the Mint's annual proof sets. While typical circulated examples carry only face value, pristine uncirculated or proof coins, especially those with full luster or in special sets, can carry modest premiums. The South Dakota Quarter thus encapsulates the state's rugged beauty, its proud place in American history, and its foundational role in the broader story of U.S. development. It is not just a piece of change, but a miniature monument to the state's heritage. From the thunderous flocks of pheasants over golden fields to the silent granite visages on Mount Rushmore, the quarter offers a rich tapestry of imagery that resonates with both residents of South Dakota and admirers of American history. With its intricate and balanced design, the 2006 South Dakota Quarter is a lasting reminder of the Union's strength through diversity, the spirit of the frontier, and the enduring legacy of the people who shaped the land and the nation. The next up top for the 2007 Utah State Quarter is the final release of the 50 State Quarters program for the year and the 45th coin overall in the series issued by the United States Mint. This commemorative quarter pays tribute to the state of Utah, which became the 45th state to join the Union on January 4, 1896. The coin bears the inscription Crossroads of the West, a phrase that highlights Utah's pivotal role in the history of American transportation, commerce, and expansion, especially through its association with the construction of the first transcontinental railroad. Minted in Philadelphia, the coin carries the P Mint mark, and its obverse side features the traditional profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, accompanied by the words Liberty, In God We Trust, United States of America, and quarter dollar. The reverse design of the 2007 Utah Quarter, created by artist Joseph Mena, is rich in historical and cultural symbolism. Dominating the scene are two historic locomotives, the Jupiter and No. 119, facing each other across a section of track. Between them stands the Golden Spike, commemorating the ceremonial final spike driven on May 10, 1869, at Promontory Summit, Utah, marking the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad. This achievement linked the rail networks of the eastern United States with California on the Pacific coast for the first time, significantly transforming the movement of goods and people across the nation. The words Crossroads of the West underline Utah's geographic and historical position as a central junction in the American transportation system. The image evokes the critical moment when East met West, not only geographically but symbolically in terms of unity, commerce, and technological progress. The inclusion of both the Jupiter Central Pacific Railroad and No. 119 Union Pacific Railroad locomotives reflects an extraordinary accomplishment in American engineering and ambition during the 19th century. The Golden Spike itself, now preserved at the Golden Spike National Historical Park, is an enduring icon of unity, innovation, and national identity. Utah's role as a meeting point for diverse cultures. Railroad workers included thousands of Chinese and Irish immigrants also underscores the broader social significance of the coin's theme. In the broader scope of the 50-state quarters program, the Utah quarter stands as a powerful narrative device, encapsulating a story of progress, collaboration, and expansion. Its issuance in 2007 also marked a period of national reflection on infrastructure and American ingenuity. The coin's physical features include a reeded edge, a composition of copper-nickel-clad 8.33% nickel, balanced copper, a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and a weight of 5.67 grams. These characteristics are standard across all state quarters in the series. Collectors often value this coin for its historical resonance, aesthetic clarity, and the precision with which it captures a milestone in both Utah's and America's story. While the typical circulated version of the coin does not command high market value due to its large mintage, uncirculated and proof versions, particularly those struck at the San Francisco Mint S or in silver, hold added value among numismatists. Furthermore, error coins such as double dies, off-center strikes, or missing clad layers can be worth significantly more depending on rarity and condition. In summary, the 2007 Utah State Quarter is more than a simple piece of currency. It is a miniature monument to a transformative event in American history. Through its imagery and inscriptions, it tells the tale of how a remote territory became a crossroads of the West, linking people, resources, and ideas in an era that redefined the national landscape. The quarter's elegant and purposeful design encapsulates the spirit of a nation that, through unity and innovation, connected its coasts and forged new paths toward the future. The next up, top 5. The 2009 United States Virgin Islands Quarter is part of the District of Columbia and U.S. Territories Quarter Program, issued by the United States Mint as a follow-up to the popular 50-state quarters series. This quarter represents the U.S. Virgin Islands, an unincorporated territory of the United States located in the Caribbean Sea. The obverse of the coin features the traditional profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, with inscriptions such as Liberty, In God We Trust, United States of America, and quarter dollar. Consistent with all U.S. quarters, the P Mint mark, found on this version, indicates that it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. The year of issue, 2009, marks the date of release and symbolizes the final year of the D.C. and Territories program. The word Virginia on your coin likely refers to the edge inscription or origin of distribution rather than its theme, which is focused entirely on the U.S. Virgin Islands. The reverse design is where the uniqueness of the Virgin Islands quarter shines. It was created by Richard Masters and sculpted by Joseph F. Menow. The imagery includes three major elements: a banana quid, the official bird of the U.S. Virgin Islands, a yellow cedar flower, which symbolizes local flora, and a tire palm, a native palm tree seen across the islands. The combination of these three elements portrays the territory's rich biodiversity and natural beauty. At the bottom of the design is the powerful motto, United in Pride and Hope, which reflects the unity, resilience, and aspirational spirit of the Virgin Islands residents. It also captures their strong connection to the natural environment, culture, and history. The inclusion of the phrase e pluribus unum, Latin for out of many, one, reinforces the idea of unity not only within the Virgin Islands but among all the states and territories that form the United States. This motto, present on all U.S. coinage, serves as a unifying thread that ties together the diverse identities and backgrounds of the nation and its territories. From a historical standpoint, the U.S. Virgin Islands were purchased from Denmark in 1917 for $25 million in gold, and they comprise three main islands: St. Thomas, St. John, and St. Croix, along with numerous smaller islets. The quarter acknowledges their contribution to the cultural, political, and environmental landscape of the U.S. The imagery chosen reflects both a pride in natural heritage and a hope for the future values that align with the territory's modern challenges and aspirations. This quarter, though relatively modern, carries immense educational and symbolic value. It's not just a currency piece, but a miniature emblem of identity and unity, Collectors and historians often highlight this coin for its detailed design and the broader initiative of recognizing U.S. territories through numismatic art. While it's not made of precious metal composed of a copper-nickel clad, it holds significant collectible interest, especially in uncirculated or proof versions. In summary, the 2009 U.S. Virgin Islands quarter is a richly symbolic, beautifully designed piece of American coinage. Through its naturalistic and cultural motifs, patriotic inscriptions, and national motto, it serves as a tribute to one of the most vibrant and historically significant territories of the United States. It's a coin that reflects both regional pride and national unity, capturing a moment in the story of America's extended family of states and territories. The next up, top 6, the 2019 Lowell National Historical Park Quarter is a part of the United States Mints America the Beautiful Quarters program, which ran from 2010 to 2021, highlighting national parks and historic sites across the 50 states, U.S. territories, and the District of Columbia. This particular quarter honors Lowell National Historical Park, located in Massachusetts, and was the first quarter released in 2019 and the 46th in the series overall. The obverse front of the coin features the familiar design by John Flanagan, originally introduced in 1932, which portrays a left-facing profile of George Washington, the first president of the United States. Around the portrait, the inscriptions read United States of America at the top, Liberty to the left, In God We Trust to the right, and $quarter at the bottom. The mint mark P, located to the right of Washington's ponytail, indicates that this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. On the reverse back of the coin, the design, created by Joel Iskowitz and sculpted by Phoebe Hemphill, pays homage to Lowell's pivotal role in America's Industrial Revolution. At the center is a detailed image of a mill girl working at a power loom, representative of the thousands of young women who were employed in Lowell's textile mills during the early 19th century. The mill girl is shown gazing out a large window, symbolizing not just the conditions of industrial labor, but also the hope and vision these women had for opportunity and independence. Outside the window, the big cotton mill's clock tower is visible, a prominent feature of the historic park and a powerful symbol of Lowell's contribution to American industry. The inscriptions encircling the image include Lowell at the top, Massachusetts below it, and 2019 and E Pluribus Unum at the bottom. The Lowell Quarter serves as a cultural and historical tribute, highlighting the important shift in American life during the Industrial Revolution, particularly focusing on how Lowell became a model industrial city in the 1800s. It sheds light on the significance of women in the workforce and how these mill girls influenced future labor movements and women's rights campaigns. The factory buildings, waterways, and machinery represented in the quarter are all preserved and interpreted by the Lowell National Historical Park. Established in 1978 to tell this multifaceted story, the park's mission is to educate future generations about the transformative period when machines, mills, and labor shaped the destiny of the United States. The quarter is not only a piece of currency, but a miniature piece of American storytelling. The P-Mint 2019 Lowell Quarter was released into circulation and also made available in collector sets, including uncirculated and proof versions. While it holds a face value of 25 cents, higher quality uncirculated or error coins can have added value for collectors, depending on condition, mint mark, and rarity of any minting anomalies. The coin thus blends artistry, history, and education into a small but meaningful object, reminding Americans of the roots of industrialization and the individuals, especially women, who powered it forward. This design embodies the national motto E Pluribus Unum, or out of many, one, by emphasizing a chapter in American history where innovation, diversity of labor, and the struggle for equality converged in a single place, Lowell, Massachusetts.